Can you hear me? Testing. Yes?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So you have to leave early. No problem. Do you have any questions about your grouping or whatever? I have a very simple question, which I do hope that some of you can give me some answer. Do you find the life at USM, are you happy with what you're doing now at USM? Yes or no? Yes? No?
Some days yes, some days no.
No.
Okay, how many of you who say yes, give me a Y on the chat. Those who disagree will say that, nah, life at USM sucks. Then you give me an N then. You know how to use the chat? No? Because the workload is quite unhealthy mentally and physically. Unhealthy and mentally, physically means what? Physically means you have to do a lot of physical exercises, or you have to go around the world to get materials to complete your assignment, or unhealthy physically because they have to use the fingers a lot on the keyboard.
I think physically is don't have enough time to sleep.
Because what? How many hours you spend on Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube?
For last, at least for my course of study because for last semester, I don't actually spend much time on social media because of the projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big change. Those years when I was there, life was easy. Something must have gone wrong. Never mind. Most of you agree or disagree? Most of you have no answer. I'm enjoying my time now. Hello. Okay, today we are going to talk about something slightly different. Yeah? We'll be talking about how we communicate with the society. This is chapter 22. Okay, compromise to remain whole. Remember the chapter number, how to live in the society from the perspective of Lao Tzu. Compromise and remain whole. Now, this is one sentence that many people, this is one chapter, and particularly the first sentence is something that many people many have wrongly interpreted from my point of view. Yeah, bend and remain straight, low-lying and be feel, worn and be renewed, have little and to gain, have access and be confused. So as if he is talking about asking someone to accept whatever that comes your way. You know, people bully you, remain low. You are unhappy, try to bend down. Try to keep a low profile in whatever that you do. Now, why I use this picture? You know this picture, right? This is the son of a boxer or MMA fighter. Okay. If you know a little bit about fighting, then you understand that you cannot face direct punch, right, with your face. You cannot just show your face or chest and let people punch you. You bend so that you will be able to get up straight later on to fight your opponent. We're not talking about fighting today, don't worry. We're talking about something else. What do you mean by compromise and remain whole? First, we go through some stories. There was this emperor who had a very good friend who is actually a teacher, teaching Confucianism in school. And it was a summer, a long summer in China. That was many, many years ago. A long summer in China. And those days, they brew alcohol. I mean, wine and all that. They prepare wine at home. Most of the people in the city, they did that during that time. So you do not have sufficient water to drink. And if you know that when you are trying to brew drinks, you brew alcoholic drinks like wine or liquor or whatever it is, you require plenty of water. And you are not talking about, I prepare today and I drink it tomorrow. You have to brew it, right? That means even though you can drink whatever amount of alcohol to replace your water, you cannot use it because you've got to wait for some time. But there is long summer, no water, can't wait anymore. So the emperor ruled that no one is allowed to brew any alcoholic drink. Okay. And if they are caught, they'll be punished. And he put down the rule a little bit too fast, right? Because when the subordinate asked, the ministers asked, hey, boss, how do we know whether they are brewing or not? Okay, number one, you go inside there, you see those big barrels with, that they are brewing, that means they are brewing, then you catch them. What if they are, maybe they are having, some the pots and all that for that. That means there's an indication that they are going, or they maybe they are going to brew. You also catch them. Okay, stop that. Okay, then the police went out. They go from door to door. Okay, caught you brewing means take you, all right, and then you be charged. and then you receive a fine. And then if you have the pot and all that, then some of them, they just destroy the pot. Some policemen, they are not so clean. So they demand some money from the people. So the people were not happy, right? And then many of them, they complain to the ministers. And then the ministers reflected to the emperor. Then the emperor told the person in charge of the enforcement division, hey, look, what did I tell you all? Hey, boss, you said that, man. You said that if they have this pot and all this, then we have to catch them also. And then we have to destroy the pot if we want to stop them from brewing, because we don't see the end of this summer. We still don't have sufficient water. So the emperor, okay. In those days, whatever the emperor said is something like a mountain, as rocky as a mountain that you don't change anymore. So it was rather embarrassed to the emperor. Okay, forget about it. He didn't want to bother about it. But this problem is getting too much. People are asking for, people start to bribe the policemen, and there's a lot of damage because this pottery stuff, they're not cheap, you break this, the next time when you have sufficient rain and you're going to brew alcoholic drinks, you're going to brew some wine and all this, it costs you a lot of money. So they complained, and then this complaint went to the teacher, who is a good friend of the emperor. So there was this day that the emperor was walking together with the teacher in the streets. And then they were discussing about this summer. And then the emperor said that, I think I have to continue this, all right? And then we're going to expand this. Right at this moment, we are just telling them that those in the city, they are not allowed to brew. I think we're going to expand this order to the outskirts, to the villages. Then the teacher said, my lord, I think that may not be too good, He said, what do you mean by not good? You better explain yourself, Those days, you're not careful, you upset the emperor, you lose your head, So then he told the emperor, said, stop, boss, stop. Look in front of you. One young man and one young woman. They were walking next to each other. They said, hey, they are copulating in the street, The emperor got a shock. What are you talking about? That means, are you saying that they are having sex in the street? No, they are fully dressed and they are just walking next to each other. Then the teacher said, but they have the organs. They have the organs with them. The male one has the male reproductive organs. The female has a female reproductive organ. That means they will be having sex. And that shook the emperor up. Then he realized that, okay, so if you have the pot to brew, and this is illegal, this is already too much. It is just like telling you that, okay, these men and women, right, they're walking in the street, but they are going to have sex in the middle of the street. Because why? Because they are carrying with them the reproductive organs. And this is a real story. So the emperor realized that his mistake, and then abolish that part of the rule. And they can keep the whatever that they have, the devices, the sieve, the pots for brewery. Now, remember, if you upset the emperor excessively, you may lose your life. Okay, so this teacher, what he did was making use of a story, to reflect what was wrong with the statement or the order of the emperor. Okay. Story number 2. This is another one. This guy, Dong Fangsuo, is very, very famous scholar. Han Dynasty, I think. This is Han Dynasty, yeah. So this Han Dynasty, there was this Emperor Han who was very, very smart and very, very powerful. One of those who would go to the front line of the battlefield. I mean, how many emperors would do that? Emperor would sit back, relax, and then tell you, okay, go and fight. But this emperor, you can say that he's a bit excessively brave or whatever. He would go to the front line. So everybody knows that you don't joke with this. You don't joke with this emperor. If he's angry, he's gonna. He is gonna. Those days, they may just kill one person, and that considered as lenient. A severe punishment means the whole family tree has to go. Yep. Right? The father, the mother, the children, the relatives, all, they kill all. Now, so this emperor, his nanny took care of him when he was young. Right? And now he's the emperor. The nanny, because of the history that she took care of the emperor, she somehow got herself carried away, going around and then getting things, refused to pay and all that. And the merchants reported, complained to the ministers and all that, but nobody dares to do anything. Why? Because, hey, this woman took care of the emperor when the emperor was young. The emperor is still very fond of this memory. And finally, they complained to Dong Fangsuo. And Dong Fangsuo went to see the emperor. And the emperor was telling him about those history that he has had when he was young. Oh, then he realized that there's no way that he can talk directly to the emperor. He went out, and then there are more complaints going. More complaints going to the emperor. Then the emperor got very angry, and then he told the gods, "Go and get the nanny here. All right, I want to see the nanny by tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow noon, you must bring the nanny here." So the next day at noon, the nanny was there. And then Dong Fangsuo was there. But before the nanny went over to see the emperor, she went to see Dong Fangsuo and pleaded for his help. And Dong Fangsuo told him this: "You know that you have done a lot of damage to the people. You have to do whatever you can to undo whatever damage you have done." And then nanny said, according to the god, who is very close to the emperor, I don't have a chance to survive tomorrow. And it's very likely that the emperor is going to chop off my head. Dong Fangsuo said, "Okay, you do this." Okay. When the emperor gave the order of what you should do, I want you to do this, right? You don't utter any words. You walk away. Every 2 steps, you turn back and look at the emperor with teary eye. That will do. So the next day, at the same time, Dong Fangsuo was a good friend of the emperor. He could see the emperor anytime. So he was there. The emperor was there. And then the nanny came, brought by the god. And the emperor said that, "You know what you have done? You know, if there are only one or two complaints, it's okay. You know, then that might be some misunderstanding. Right at this moment, there's a whole stack of complaints about you bullying the people, robbing the people. Okay, so he told the God, take her down. I don't want to see her again. Okay, and then send her to the ministry, and then they will know what to do to her. So the nanny was taken away. Every 2 steps, turn. Every 2 steps, turn. Teary eye. Then what happened? Dong Fang Shuo said, hey, old woman, you're stupid. You think the emperor still need your nerve? The emperor is grown up now. Emperor doesn't need your nerve anymore. So the emperor was shocked. I mean, something like, why this guy suddenly said this? But at the same time, the memory came back. The good time, when he was young, and then he took care of him. So the nanny was taken away, but the emperor gave an order to the minister that don't kill her, need not kill the whole family, right? Just kick her out of the city and make sure that whatever damage she has done will be repaired. That's it. Okay, now, what makes the difference? Why Dong Fang Shuo said, turn around and ask the nanny to turn around, and then look at the emperor, teary eye, walk another 2 steps, turn around again. Why? Think about this. Think about it, why? So these are ancient stories. What about modern stories? Have you heard about sandwich technique? Anyone of you heard about sandwich technique? Yes or no? No. Anyone?
No, sir.
Pizza technique? No. You don't like pizza, you don't like sandwich. Have you heard of Mary Kay before? No? Ladies, have you heard of, yes or no? Too young. Okay, Mary Kay, still a very famous woman in the business world. So she's running a large MNC, and her jobs requires things like plenty of paperwork. She would need someone who is capable of helping her. But let's say she's going to attend a meeting and she has to come up with a draft and all this, and she would just say what she wants to do, and then the secretary is supposed to type it out, get everything done, and then present it to her, or even contracts. So the job of the secretary is extremely important. Then the old secretary left. She has to look for a new one. Came one, nah, not good. After 2-3 months, not good. Try another one, still not good. Then came one young lady who is extremely good, very, very efficient. She was very happy. And then there was one problem with this woman. This new secretary has a very, very different habit in writing. She doesn't use this what we call punctuation marks, like full stop, comma. She doesn't use it correctly, or she doesn't even bother to put it down. And that's a big problem with Mary Kay. But how? You have changed 3 or 4 secretaries, and finally, this is a good one. What are you going to do? So, okay. She waited until this day. She was trying to find a way, because in those days it was very difficult to get a good secretary, right? If you say something that is not nice, if she said, boss, bye-bye, I'm not going to work anymore, then you're going to have a big problem again. So this morning, this secretary put on a dress with buttons from top to bottom. And she came to the office, and then Mary Kay was there, and then saw her, and she told this lady, wow, you look gorgeous in this dress. This is really a beautiful piece of dress. The secretary was so happy. She stood up, turned around. Yeah, I love this dress very, very much. Then Mary Kay said this, wow, there's so many buttons there. That means you have to really put in the effort to make sure that they meet in a correct manner. You cannot have one height that, the buttons, they must come together in the right sequence. Oh, yes. It actually took me quite a while to put this dress on. The first time when I put it on, I have to put a button on. It actually took me quite a little bit of time. Then Mary Kay said this, yeah. The buttons reminded me about of this full stop. So sometimes when you are really good in writing and all this, except that sometimes you put the punctuation marks in a very different manner, and sometimes you overlook it. It is just like having your button, not in sequence. But anyway, yeah, you look good, and I really appreciate what you have been doing. From that day onwards, Mary Kay had never had again any problem with the writing from the secretary. What happened? Okay, so this is what we call sandwich. The top one, the middle one, and the bottom one. The top one is the bread. Which layer? 3 layers, which one is the tastiest? Which one do you like the most? Do you like the bread, or do you like the middle layer, or what? No answer. Huh? You have to toss
Middle
a coin
layer.
to decide.
The fillings.
Yes, the filling. Okay, so what did Mary Kay do? Mary Kay did something like this, right? The top and the bottom. Compliment, and then the middle one is the one that is the real thing. The middle is the real thing. This is also the way to communicate with your colleagues. Sometimes that in many people, you cannot tell them straightforward. You tell them straightforward, they find that it's very difficult for them to accept it or appreciate it. So this is compromise to remain whole, right? Compromise to remain whole. Compromise. After this incident, they call this the sandwich technique in America. Yeah, some call it a pizza. Exactly, pizza. Pizza. Yeah. So when you are having pizza, means well, the goodies are normally on top, and the bread is at the bottom. Okay. Now, compromise and remain whole. Compromise and remain whole. Now, this one we are talking about Qigong practice. You have to compromise to remain whole. And what exactly is this wholeness you're talking about? It is about the fluidity when you are working on your keyboard, right? Here, we are talking about how we communicate with the society. Here, we are talking about how we communicate with ourselves. How we communicate with ourselves. Compromise to remain whole. Compromise and remain whole. What is this? You practice Qigong. You're going to find strain, discomfort on the body, the joints, and all this. You have to learn to compromise and remain whole. What do you mean by compromise? You have to persevere. You have to put in the effort to persevere, to pull through that. Only then you really get the benefit. Bend and remain straight, right? You must understand that there are many things like, let's say you are in the fighting ring. You do not confront your opponent in such a way that you are looking for trouble, right? When someone is punching directly, a boxer will always duck first to prevent getting hit, so that to avoid getting hit. So bend and remain straight. You avoid that, you will be able to straighten up to fight again. Otherwise, if you get hit, you'll be flawed. Low lying and be feel. Low lying and be feel. If you are humble, if you're humble, you'll be able to learn more. Want and be renewed. This one is something that is, again, that is something that you got to go back to typewriting. When you first learn how to work on a keyboard, when you first learn how to type, do you find it struggling? Yes or no? Were you struggling with the keyboard, looking for where the hell is A? Okay, A is over here. A and then N, okay, and at the bottom. Were you struggling with that? Yes or no? You have to. You have to. And then, but then over time, it may not be long. It may be days, it may be, weeks. You become so fluid in it that you can type freely. So you have to go through that phase where you have to struggle, right? You have to go through that phase where you have to struggle. Only then you will be able to work things out, right? You have to do it repeatedly. You have to keep working on a keyboard. Then come one day that you just, you can look at the passage and then just type without having any problem at all, right? Have little and will gain. If you are trying to pick up so many things at one go, you're going to learn very little. Like what? Like let's say you're attending a lesson, but at the same time you mute your mic and then you're talking to your friends, or you're attending lectures, right? And let's say we are online now. Okay, you may be facing the camera, but you are working on your iPad or whatever. You pick up less. It's very simple. See, so when you are greedy in what sense? Greedy in trying to settle so many things at one go. You're trying to attend lectures, or you're trying to fake that you are attending lectures, and at the same time you're trying to finish some other jobs, some other task. You are multitasking. You ended up that you're not able to do well in any of them. This is something very, very common. If you can just stay focused and work on one thing, your gain will be different. Have access and be confused. Yeah, it's just like you're studying so many things at one go. You get confused. Trying to multitask, WhatsApp, Facebook, lecture, assignment, all together. You're going to get confused. You do not know. Eventually, you do not know what you are doing, where you are heading. Therefore, the sage embraces oneness. The sage means the wise man, right? Embraces oneness. Now, what is the oneness here? You put it simply. You look at typewriting again. When you reach that level of oneness, it can be a low level of oneness. You no longer have to struggle with the keyboard when you are typing. That is oneness. Oneness of what? The mind and the fingers. When you are typewriting now at your level, when you are typewriting now, yeah, when you are working on a keyboard, can you tell the difference between, can you tell what is happening between your mind, the one that's giving the order, and your fingers? Are you able to feel the difference? Are you able to feel what is happening in between? Let's say when you are typewriting on your keyboard fluidly. Anyone of you here doesn't know how to use a keyboard? Typewriting keyboard? No? You all know, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yes or no? That when you are able to work on your keyboard, I'm not talking about music keyboard, I'm talking about the keyboard in front of the computer. When you are able to work fluidly, you don't have to look at the keyboard to look for R, F, G, H. When you are reaching that ability, I'm sure most of you, or maybe all of you, have reached that level. Now, then when you are typewriting, can you feel what is happening between the mind and the fingers? Do you feel anything between the mind and the fingers? You don't. It is just like you give a command here, the fingers naturally reach out. I read there, okay, this is what, ABC. You would naturally go to ABC, the fingers. I don't have to give an order. Hello, look for A, then B, then C. No. That is the level of the naturalness. But you reach this not through 1-2 hours, unless until you're a genius. You put in effort. You have to put in effort. When you put in sufficient effort, you become very good. All right. And at that level, this is what we call wholeness. The mind and the fingers, when they are working on the keyboard, they attain wholeness. You can't differentiate between the mind and the fingers at that stage. Okay. Now, if you're able to communicate with the society, if you're able to communicate with your team members, with your colleagues, with your classmates, in such a fluid manner, in such a very fluid manner, that you don't get upset over anything, you don't get emotional at all. Everything will go out in a very fluid manner. How would that be? That will be something that is highly enjoyable. Right? The sage embraces oneness. Oneness means what? There's no difference between me and you. As an example to the world, he does not flaunt. Now, if me and you is the same, That means I'm not going to position myself as someone taller than you, holding a higher position than you, or even lower than you. When you can't tell the difference between A and B, you have wholeness, right? And that is the time that you have clarity of the mind. Why? Because you do not have to get, you would not be emotional. I look at this person, this guy, headache, you know. Every time he comes to talk big about his family, you will not get emotional. If we are able to communicate with the society in such a way that it's fluid, like just typewriting, then that is wholeness. Of course, this is something that is it can be rather idealistic. In Qigong, we are not talking about asking others to be that way. We are asking about what? We are asking about having peace inside ourselves, calmness inside ourselves. If you can recognize the importance of wholeness, you will have clarity of the mind, and you are not going to get emotional easily. He is not arrogant. The wise man is not arrogant. He is clear, not flaunting of the trophies. He does not brag. He is honored. He does not praise himself, and he remains. The more you know, the more humble you get, because he buys for nothing, right? Not buying for recognition. Do not wish and expect everyone to respect you. You do not ask for respect, because he buys for nothing. No one in the world can oppose him. No one in the world can oppose you. No one in the world would not befriend you. Now, this second part may be a little bit demanding. Yeah. Compromise and remain whole, persevere to reach wholeness. Are these just empty words? Just look at typewriting, then you understand that if wholeness is there, fluidity will be there. Okay. Now, question. This assignment is very simple. Yeah. Since so many of you are complaining that, wow, the assignment, too many assignments here and there. Number one, you have to understand our assignment is very simple. Okay. Do you find assignment simple? So many of your friends already send me emails, give the comments. Many of you have already sent. I don't expect you to write me 3-4 pages, and not even one A4 page, please. That'll be too long. Hey, there are 50 of you, 49 of you, right? So you don't have to write me that long passages. No. Give your opinion. That will do. Okay. And let me see. And this one is very simple. This one is, those who are not attending the lesson today may not know what we are talking about. Those who are not attending may not know. Why? Because I'm not going to send it out. I just told you before that this is chapter 22. Okay? And I've already told you where to find these Taoiji. Okay? So I want you to give me only short answers. Send me a note and email. Emperor versus teacher. Dongfang Shou versus the emperor, right? The nanny and the emperor, the nanny story. Mary Kay versus secretary. Who won? Think carefully. Who won? And what is compromise to remain whole? What is your opinion of compromise to remain whole? Yeah, write me in only a short passage, 2 sentences will do. Not long story, please. Yeah. This This one very short, but this one, if you're not here now, you may not be able to know that I asked this question. Okay. Any question? If you have no question, you get all of you must switch on your camera now. I gotta take your, because some of you are not switching on the camera. I need to take your attendance. Benjamin, are you around? Benjamin not around?
So she tell me that she go to the toilet just now.
You not back yet?
1 minute, I call her. Okay.
No problem. Bad bladder must practice more qigong. Nuru Saswani. Also bad bladder? No? Oh, bladder already. Okay, I see you. Call Kawi. Yes, I see you. You also went to the toilet?
So I was on the camera for the whole lesson. Just now I just closed for a little while.
So unlucky you lah. I pick up when you switch off.
No, I closed for less than 1 minute.
540, you know. Like that also kena. Okay. Print screen. I tell you honestly, I hate to do this, but what to do? USM wants me to do this. I have to send this to them. Okay. Three-minute break, then you come back for practice. Key break now. Miss Koo will take over.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Oi. Hello, good day, everyone. Are you all back from your break now? Can you all hear me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good, thank you very much. Now, I hope everyone is back from the break already. Okay, because we are going to start our next session very soon. Okay, is everybody back? Anybody is still away? But anyway, it's okay, we will start now. Okay, now hold on. Let me share my screen with you all.
When to send me your answer? Well, you have 1 week, okay, before the end of next week. Before, sorry, what is the date today? 19 today, so it's 26, before 26, yeah?
Okay, Mr. Ui, I shall start the practice now.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Now, hello, everyone. Look at this picture again. The girl is gazing to the horizon, right? The girl is gazing to the horizon relaxingly. Okay, this is a kind of gazing that you will be doing later. Got it? Then now next look at the blue sky. Look at it. Look into the blue sky. Okay. This is the blue sky, right? Look at it. Look into it. Don't you feel it's so wide, vast, and everywhere, right? Now let's look at this bunch of children. They're running. What are they doing? Just running happily. Okay? How about they all? These children, they are jumping. What are they doing? Just jumping happily, freely. Okay? Look at these three children. Look at them. What are they doing? They are playing. Nothing but just playing happily, freely. Okay? Now, we would like to achieve these states of mind freely, happily. Stay focused. They are just playing. Okay? Okay, now we shall start our practice now. Everybody stand up. Class, you have to stand up. Now you can ping me again, just in case along the way, if you get lost, you can refer back to me. Okay? Now everyone, stand up relaxingly. Both your hands to the side of your body. Relaxingly. Stand straight. Both hands to the side of your body. Now gaze to the front. Relaxingly. Just like gazing into the horizon. And perceive the space in front of you, the space behind you, the space above you, the space above you, until you reach the blue sky. Perceive the space beneath you into the earth, to the other side of the universe. And knowing there are spaces surrounding you. This is what you call perceive roundedly. Now pulling your vision slowly back to the middle of the brain. And close your eyes gently. Relax the whole body. Both your legs are firmly rooted into the earth. Your head is upright, shoulder dropping down. Both hands drop down. It goes until into the earth. Relax. Relax. Now bring your hands, lift up your hands diagonally until the chest level. Bring into the front of the chest and move your both hands up to the sky. Your both hands is melted into the body. The whole body goes up to the sky, reaches and touches the sky. Open up your crown. Move your hand down from the side. Slowly. And move back to the front of your body at chest level. Now move your hands down as if both hands is melted into the body. Perceive inside. Bring your hands down to the leg, to the soul, to the other side of the universe. Now, open up your body to the sky, to the blue sky. You are like a giant. You are as tall as the blue sky. Now turn your hand. As you turn your hand, bring the chi of the blue sky to our chi field here. Into our body. Let the chi swirl down through your bai hui into your head. Look into your head. The chi is swirling inside the head. The whole head is lighted up. It's bright. Now bring the chi down through your neck to your shoulder. Relax your shoulder, upper limbs, to your thorax. Look into the thorax. Feel the chi is swirling inside the thorax. The whole thorax is filled with qi. Now, go down to your abdomen. Look inside. Look inside your abdomen. Feel the qi inside. Okay, move down to your thighs, knee, legs, and feet. The whole body is filled with qi. The whole body is the blue sky. Outside, inside, they are the blue sky. We are connected as one through the blue sky. Okay, restore your hand. Now, everyone breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Relax. One more time, breathe in. Out. Even more relax. One last time, let's breathe in together. And out. Relax into it. Relax. Perceive your breathing. It has become slower and deeper. Okay, now let's get ready for the big Lachi. Right foot 45, left foot one small step to the front, body forward, brings your hand to the front, find your balance, find your balance. Okay, let's fly. Breathe in, open out. Breathe out, bring the blue sky back to the body. Continue. Synchronize your breathing with the open and the close. Stretch your hand wide. Open up, leading with elbow. The head is upright all the time. You're just like a big bird, spreading your wings wide, flying over the mountain, over the ocean, freely, happily, just like the children playing. Do it slowly. Take your time. Just take your time. Put on your smile. Let's smile and be happy. Nothing in the mind. Just stay focused onto the open and the close. Open out to the blue sky. Open up to the vastness of the blue sky. Don't forget your smile. Continue. Okay, one more open, class. Let's open it out wide, stretch it far. Sweeping all the surrounding chi. Hands on your navel. Retract your left leg. Hands on the navel. Massage gently in any way, clockwise or anti-clockwise. and perceive inside your lower dantian, your navel, inside the navel. Reverse. Stop. Restore your hand. Okay, now lift up diagonally, both hands. Lift up diagonally. Slowly up to the sky. Breathe in. Stretch your both hands up slightly. Pour chi down. Bring your hand down. Slowly. Pour the chi into the body. Hand passing the face. Perceive inside your head. Down, neck. Chest. Perceive inside. Down, abdomen. And press navel. Restore your hand. Continue to stay relaxed. Your whole head is upright. Shoulder is sinking down. Both hands are down, pointing towards the earth and goes into the earth. Chest, abdomen, they are relaxed. Feel your face is soft. Now, left foot 45. Right foot, one small step to the front. Bring your hands up to the front. Check your balance, class. Now let's continue to fly. Breathe in and open out. Synchronize your breathing. Breathe out and closing in. When you open up, leading with your elbow and open up slowly. No hurry. Slowly, slow down. Open up to the blue sky. Again, we are all flying together into the horizon. We are all playing, flying in the sky, in the blue sky. Nothing matters. Just be happy. Remember, breathe in and open out wide. Breathe out and closing in. Keep on smiling. Okay, one more open. Sweep in all the surrounding chi slowly. Hands on your navel. Again, retract your right leg. Body upright. Hands on your navel. Massage gently. As you massage, perceive inside, as if your hands has melted into your body. It's massaging at the Mingmen, the lower Dantian. Feel them. Reverse. Okay, stop massaging. Restore your hand to the side of your body. Now, let's go on to the chi squat. Get ready for chi squat. Stand upright. Okay, now lift up your both hands diagonally up. Diagonally up, slowly. Let it float up. Up to the sky. Until it touches the sky. Breathe in. Pour chi down towards your crown. And bring your hands down. As you bring your hand down, lower your body as well. Slowly. Go down slowly. Get up also slowly. Continue to do so. Fall down. Move your hands down and your body. Hand passing the face. Down, touches the floor, and move up diagonally again. Slowly, slowly. Continue. Perceive your action. Just stay focused. Okay, one last time. Now bring your hand down, but you need not squat down. Just bring your hand down. Passing the face, thorax, abdomen, hands on your navel. Stay quiet. Whole body relax. Okay, now restore your hand. Now, class, take a seat. You may sit down now. If you wish to stand up, it's also okay. No, not the problem. Now, ready? As you're sitting down, both your legs are firmly on the ground. Your head is upright. Your whole body weight is sinking down onto the chair. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now, as you're sitting down, lift up your both hands diagonally. Again, up. Let it float up till the blue sky. Breathe in and pour the chi down towards your crown and bring your hand down to bring the chi into your body. Passing the face, but perceive inside your head. Down, chest, towards your navel. Press your navel. Okay, now restore your hand. Okay, now, again, lift up your both hands diagonally, slowly. Let it float up. It's floating up till your eye level. Move. Bring your both hands nearer to your head. And we do the open close onto your upper dantian. Perceive inside your upper dantian. Again, open up, leading with your elbow. Closing, leading with your elbow. The whole upper dantian is open up roundedly to the blue sky. The head is lighted up. The whole head, you feel very light, very focused, very relaxed. The whole head is full of chi. You're just like a giant looking down onto the earth, lighted up the earth. Bring happiness to the earth. Now slowly move down to your chest and open, close to your chest. Leading with elbow. The whole chest is opening out to the blue sky. Your chest is the place where it harbors compassion, empathy. Let's bring out our compassion to our family, to our friends, and to every being on the earth. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own struggle, inclusive of us. No enemies. No sadness. And no frustration. Okay, now move the hands down to your middle dantian. Open up. Perceive the middle dantian is open up roundedly, like an expanding balloon. Middle dantian qi is plenty. All the organs are balanced. Therefore, our emotions are balanced too. Okay, now let's go down to our lower dantian. Open up the lower dantian in a rounded manner. Gather the qi in the lower dantian. Lower dantian houses our bodily qi. Every single cell requires the bodily qi. And our kidney qi is abundant too. Therefore, our willpower is strong. Okay, now sweeping all the surrounding qi, hands on your navel. Stay relaxed. Stay quiet. Look at your breathing. Is it slow down? Is it deep? Then you are relaxed. Okay, now restore your hand. You may open your eyes now. Continue to stay in such calm situation all the time. Okay, it's already 6:30. We shall end the class now. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you again on Thursday. Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You may leave now. You may leave now.